Today we are making my fabulous, absolutely moist banana bread. This is the only banana bread you will ever use. Once you make this banana bread, I guarantee you it will turn out perfectly. Okay, when I have bananas that are too ripe, what I do is I throw them in my freezer, just like that, in the peel and all. And then what I do is I set them on the counter and I let them defrost for, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. If you're in a hurry, you can just throw them in the microwave for 20 seconds or so and it will get them nice. See how nice and squishy they are. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime Cookbook Volume 1 on page 124. I guarantee you, you will never make another banana bread recipe after this one. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to put in your sugar. This recipe is also on our website, livingonadime.com, in the description below. Then you're gonna get your shortening. Now, to measure shortening, here's a super easy way. I need a ½ cup of shortening. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill my measuring cup, it's a 2-cup measure cup, to 1½ cups. See, right there, 1½ cups. Then I'm going to take and add my shortening until I come up to the 2-cup line right there. Are we there? Nope, not yet. All right, I think we're close enough. Now, by the way, I got this shortening right here at a garage sale. A restaurant was going out of business and I got it for $1 for that huge thing of shortening. So look at out of the way places to buy your baking supplies. So we've got our sugar and our shortening and our eggs. The recipe says to beat your eggs ahead of time, but I don't. I figure if I beat them in the batter, it's good enough, so that's all I do. And then vanilla. I have my homemade vanilla here. It is in our Dining on a Dime Cookbook, Volume 1 on page 391 right here. Now, homemade vanilla really doesn't save money. Imitation vanilla flavor is just fine, but it does make a good gift. And I had mine to make a video, so, you know, vanilla's fun to make, but it's not necessarily a money saver. Now, this recipe uses sour milk. If you don't have sour milk, which I happen to have, this is June, and it is 2 weeks past the sell-by date. Milk usually lasts about a week past the sell-by date, but mine has soured. But if you have milk that goes sour, don't throw it away. I keep cubes of milk in my freezer. Then, when I need one cube is 2 tablespoons. So 2 of these is 1/4 cup, usually. Now, I like the silicone molds better, but it's just up to whatever your preference is, but just a regular old ice cube tray is fine. And I just fill my milk in, let it freeze, and then put it in my bags. Then, when I need sour milk, all I have to do is pull out 1 or 2 cubes. Yes, I know, we did not even use this milk and it soured. I bought way too much. We only have 1 milk drinker in our house now, so he could not drink it fast enough. Okay, so I got my 1/4 milk sour milk. If you don't have sour milk, you can add a teaspoon of vinegar to 1/4 cup of regular milk and you're just fine. And next is our flour. Okay, now I keep my flour in a container like this because it doesn't get all over as much. Now normally I do this over the sink. Let me just show you how I normally do it. Now, normally I refill my flour over the sink so that if I spill, it goes into the sink and not all over my kitchen. Okay, shake it down. Then I can just wipe off the edge and then I'm good to go. Then normally I just keep my scoop in there, but since I have just a little bit left over in here, I'm going to put my flour in And that way I don't have this sitting in my pantry. There we go. Now, normally I just scoop it straight from down here and I don't lift it up and out, but I had to refill it this time. Okay, not putting in raisins today because my family doesn't like raisins. And then I have my baking powder. Notice I just pulled it across. You guys like my cute little... I'll link these in the description below for you. Aren't those cute? And then baking soda. Now when you have an acid, which is sour milk or vinegar in recipes, and baking soda mixed together, half a teaspoon, that makes your breads fluffier and lighter and your cakes lighter. So that is why you use those in the recipes. And then my salt. And here is the fun part. Now for your smushed bananas, just take the end, start at one, open up one end, start, and just peel it in there, and they are already mashed. It's beautiful. You don't even have to worry about mashing them, nothing. Now, of course, if you're using bananas that aren't frozen, then just put them in there and you will mash them as you go along. You can mix this by hand. I have fibromyalgia, so I just find it easier to, these are not the right beaters. Hold on. Somebody put up the dishes and doesn't know where everything goes yet, but that's okay. I found them. I'm just thankful that they put up the dishes, so. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you putting up the dishes, dear.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, now we're just gonna mix this until it's smooth. Then I'm going to take my loaf pan and I am going to spritz it with my reusable oil. Saves me a ton of money. Then I'm going to put in my batter. And Jack says he can't wait to be the taste tester. All right. This recipe is in the description below if I did not say that earlier. And now we are going to bake this for 50 minutes to an hour. Perfect. Okay, just slight amount on here. Oh, I don't know. It could probably go 5 more minutes, I guess. So we'll leave it in 5 more minutes. Okay.
I was in suspense.
You were in suspense?
Yes.
Okay, now we're gonna let this cool, and then we will come back and cut it. And then we will have taste tester Jack. Oh no, somebody's already waiting, except it's too hot. You will burn your mouth.
That's fine.
Now, before I cut this real quick, if you want more variations on how to make banana bread, get our Volume 2 Dining on a Dime cookbook. And we have 14 different ways you can make this banana bread. We didn't have room in Volume 1 when we updated it, so we had to add it to Volume 2.
Yum! Chocolate raspberry banana bread!
Are you excited to try it?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Maybe someday, I don't know guys, comment and let me know if I should make all 14 variations. That would be a lot of banana bread, oh my goodness.
Banana bread coming out our ears.
Okay.
Have to invite some people over to eat it all.
There it is. Let me grab the cutting board.
That looks delicious.
Okay, now, I love this cutting board because it's a non-slip cutting board. But if you guys don't have a non-slip cutting board, I'll link this one in the description below. You can take one of these shelf liners, cut it in a little piece and put it underneath, and then it won't slide either. Now that is perfect banana bread.
Yum.
It doesn't get much more perfect than that. Okay, here we go.
Let us see.
Isn't it the best?
It's very good.
Moist, isn't it moist?
It is quite moist, yeah.
Everybody hates dry banana bread, but you've never had a dry banana bread.
I have never, no.
Ever, have you?
Mm-mm.
Because you use the recipe from
The Dining on a Dime cookbook.
25% off right now.